Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellen if you're new. I have not really made that many videos this summer. I don't know, I can get into it more in the video, but I just don't know what to do. So I'm maybe gonna just unpack that a little bit while I clean my bathroom. So maybe you guys can hang out with me while I do that. Okay? Yeah, so let me just show you my bathroom. Yeah. I need to go through all of this and just like clean the counter off in general, but I just have way too many products sitting here. And then also like probably couldn't hurt to go through that drawer. And then this one's not so bad. It's just like my hair tools and a couple clips and like hairspray and stuff. But this one, oh my god. This one is just a mess. I mean, it's basically all of the brushes I used and like my brush washing supplies and some old makeup, which honestly probably needs to go in the trash. So let's just clean and I'll chat to you guys. I also was gonna maybe do a brow lamination in this video, but it's already kind of late and it's a Sunday night, so it's a school night, but I have to wake up early for work. So I am just gonna try and, do a little bit of cleaning, catch up with you guys, and maybe do a brow lamination a different day this week because I just don't have time. But I did buy a new brow lamination kit from the London Brow Company because I wanted to be a little bit more official this time and not buy like a random like sketchy lash lift kit off Amazon. So I will let you guys know if it's good or not, but I'm excited to try it because it's like professional, but it's at home and it's like specifically for brow lamination. Because I started to think about it and I was like, yeah, the chemicals in a lash lift kit probably aren't good to be sitting like on your very sensitive brow skin area. But the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, the chemicals or like the perm chemicals in a lash lift kit are probably a little bit strong to be putting like on your entire, like this whole area of skin, which it has like lots of blood vessels under it and everything. I was like, that's probably not good, and probably also why I would have like very tender eyebrows for like 2 days after doing brow laminations on myself. Anyways, that's why I did the research and bought this kit, so I'm excited to try it. I'll let you guys know how it goes. But for today's video, I just kind of wanted to catch up with you guys, and I hope, now that I'm thinking about it, I hope it's not too echoey because I'm hearing an echo when I talk, so I'm sorry if it is, but this is just the setup for today. And I did just want to add a little trigger warning here because I will be talking about my mental health in this video and my anxiety. So if that's not something that you're in the mood for, I just recommend clicking off now. Otherwise, continue on. But essentially, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, I just haven't really been interested in filming much this summer. I don't think I'm depressed, but I don't know. I just don't have motivation to do much. I have really bad health anxiety. I have been really diligent during the whole pandemic, and I just don't want to like put all that work to waste and like just go out a bunch of places. And now with like monkeypox and stuff, like I just don't want to go outside. So I feel like I'm becoming a little bit agoraphobic, and I have really bad health anxiety too. So then every time I leave the house, I feel like I have to immediately, I have like a sanitizing station at my kitchen counter, which is right across from my washing machine. And I like put all my clothes in the washing machine, I like sanitize my phone, my keys, my purse and everything. And then I like immediately get in the shower. So my therapist is like, you need to start going outside and then coming back in and not doing that every time you come back inside. Which like, I agree, but I don't know. Something about where I live and like the current state of things, I don't know. So I'm just having a bit of a hard time with that. And I told my therapist like that on top of the fact that I live in Phoenix, which is fine, but I have been really craving to live in like a more walkable area. And the area I live in is just not walkable. I mean, it is considering like you can technically walk to other places, but it's not walkable. Phoenix is probably one of the least walkable cities in the entire country. So, I'm just really craving that. And then like the few areas in the Phoenix metro that are walkable have very few apartments. The apartments that are there are astronomically expensive because a lot of people want that. And so the apartments that are in those little tiny areas that are walkable are like $2,500 for a 1-bedroom. Like, it's insane. So I'm just like, that's not working for me. So I feel kind of like I'm just cooped up in my apartment and I just don't do anything, and it's just boring and sad and depressing. So I'm like, what do I have to share with the internet? Like, I don't do anything. So I'm trying to like have something to do. So maybe I'll walk you through some products as I'm kind of sorting them out. I did just buy this Skin Fix eczema cream, if it will focus, from one of my friend's recommendations. I already used the Skin Fix like cream for my face. They're like other cream in a jar, like the lipid cream. But this is specifically like for eczema, and I was worried that it might have a steroid because I don't want to have like steroid withdrawals if you use it too much. But this is, I think it's just like zinc oxide, oatmeal, and something else. So it's like natural ingredients. There's no steroids in it, which is nice. But I did make the mistake of squeezing out a ton the first time I used it and put it all over my face, even like around my eyes and stuff. And I think it got in my eyes, like if I either rubbed my eyes or like, you know, if like my eyes watered a little bit and like some of the cream got in my eyes like as I was sleeping. I think that happened, and I woke up the next day and my eyes were like super red and burny, so probably don't put it around your eyes, but, or if you do, just be careful. But I got it because I had been getting eczema under my eyes from, which I'm still gonna use this, I don't think it's a bad thing, I just used it wrong, but from this Herbivore Moon Dew eye cream. And I saw a TikTok of a woman post her before and after, and it was like insane, and I've been really self-conscious about my under eyes. So I was like, okay, I haven't been using any sort of retinol around my eyes, and I'm like, why haven't I? Like, duh, hello. Especially for like the few dots of like milia that I've gotten around my eyes, I'm like, that, like using an eye cream with retinol, like duh. So this is actually not an eye cream with retinol, this is an eye cream with bakuchiol, which is a natural alternative to a retinoid. So essentially it does the same thing. But I just thought that since it was bakuchiol, I wouldn't have to like ramp up like you would with a retinoid, which I was very wrong. I used this like every day for like 4 or 5 days in a row, and then all of a sudden I had eczema around my eyes, and like my physical eyes were like extremely dry. Like I had a hard time looking at my screens while I was working because they were like so dry. So I do think this is still probably gonna be good in the long term, just like only use a tiny bit and like ramp it up over time. Yeah, so that's kind of why I use those 2 products. And then I bought the Willetta Skin Food because I know a lot of people recommend this, but to be honest, although I like the way it smells and I like how creamy it is and like thick and moisturizing, I think it causes me to have like a little irritated breakouts around here, like not pimples, but like just irritation. So I'm not sure if it's from this, but I was using this for a little bit, like consistently, and I just felt like my skin had a little bit more texture. So I think I might be sensitive to one of the ingredients in there. I'm basically just going through my products as I'm sorting them. But I also got Benetint, which we all know what Benetint looks like. But anyways, I had this like way back in high school, and then I saw some people on TikTok using it again, and I was like, okay, wait, because I've been doing kind of like just like a little bit of like cream bronzer and cream blush here and there for work when I'm like on camera and stuff, 'cause like I never usually put on makeup for work, but lately I'm like, well, I can do like a little something so I don't like, you know, totally look washed out on camera. So I finally ordered this because it was out of stock at Ulta for a long time. Finally got it, and I've been using it just like a little bit on my cheeks like during the day while I'm working, and I'm like, okay, this actually makes a huge difference. And I love it. So I'm really glad I repurchased that because I've already been using it like every single day. And then I decided to switch from the Skin Fix cream to the Skin Fix like water-based gel moisturizer. And I don't know, I have to say, I think I prefer the cream better just because it feels more moisturizing, but I've only tried this for like a couple days now, so I can't say for sure. I did put on like 2 layers of it today because my skin is just like insanely dry. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet in comparison to just like the darker blue bottle. Not sure yet. I got this, you know what, I shouldn't be buying more stuff because I'm trying to get rid of it, but I bought this like serum from Pacifica, and to be honest, I have not tried it yet. So I went through this phase where like the past couple weeks where okay, I'll just tell you the story. I ran out of the dark blue bottle of this, like the regular cream, And then I bought Willetta in the meantime to try it. Didn't really think it worked for my face. I'll probably still use it up, but I think it does, like, I think I am sensitive to an ingredient in there. And then I went to Sprouts, and while I was at Sprouts, I was like, oh, let me just look at their skincare products. So I saw this Pacifica one, and then I bought it, and then I did a Sephora order because I wanted to buy this, and then as long as I was at it, it suggested this, and I was like, oh, well, I need a new bottle of that anyways. I'll just try the water gel cream instead. So now I have like a lot of moisturizers, and I have even more. Oh God, this is so bad. This is so bad. I should really be downsizing. I'm supposed to be getting rid of stuff because I'm moving soon, so like, this is not good. But also while I was at Sprouts, I got this Derma cream, which I only have tried once, and I thought it was okay. So I think I'll just keep like rotating these and see which one I like best. Also, if you get any like random body breakouts, this Bliss salicylic acid spray is genius. It's super easy because it's a spray to just like randomly spray on like maybe like your armpits or your back or your butt. Genius. And it does work. This is like my second tube, and I'm almost out, and I bought a third tube. And lately I feel like I have very sensitive, very dry skin. No, I don't feel like, I know I have very sensitive, very dry skin, and Vanicream has been the only like body lotion that's worked for me that hasn't made me feel like weird, you know? It dries well and it's still really thick and moisturizing. If they literally made this in a gallon, like I would buy it in a gallon. Like that's how much I've been using it. I'm almost out of this, but the Kristen S dry shampoo is okay. I thought it was okay. I bought it when I was home, like in Minnesota, because I didn't have time to run all the way to a Sephora, but I did have time to run to Target. And it's okay. I feel like I still prefer Moroccan oil dry shampoo, but if I'm in a pinch, like this one's definitely fine. My Bumble Invisible Spray, I always use this after every time I wash my hair. And then I did repurchase the Eradicate. It's basically like the same as the Mario Badescu drying lotion. I know this isn't like, I don't think it's typically recommended because it's like very dry on your skin, but I just have to say, when you have a random annoying little like pimple or two, it will get rid of it really quick. Oribe moisture cream. I'm kind of lazy with that. I should use it more often. And then I need to try this again. I've only tried it once, but the K18 hair mask that I feel like has been doing the rounds on TikTok, like everyone's been promoting it. I don't know. I feel like I could probably use a hair mask here and there though, because I don't really use Olaplex, even though I probably should use that once in a while too, but I'm like, how many products do I need to have in my shower? It's too many, and it's too expensive to keep buying shampoo over and over again because I have a lot of hair, and if I keep buying Olaplex over and over, it's just so expensive. I'm like, I'm done. I can't. And then I have a bunch of ponytails and binders I need to collect that I keep in this Lush soap tin. My Beauty Blender soap that I have just been letting perpetually sit by my sink for when I wash my Beauty Blender, but I think it needs to have a home until I need to use it again. Why do I have an empty one? I also just found out that you can refill it without having to buy a new one, so. Does this have enough to even? No, I should probably just throw it out, huh? Two earrings from Nixie Studios that I need to put away. I do suffer from eczema and extremely dry hands because of how many times I wash them per day. So my sister got me this. Oh my gosh, it smells like, oh, you know what it smells like? Kind of like the cuticle oil that they use on you at the nail salon. Yeah, mango scented like cuticle oil, but when I put this on my hands, it just feels really good. It doesn't soak in that fast like a lotion. Like I made the mistake of taking out a giant glob and putting it on my hands when I first opened it. But you only need like a dab, and you just need to like cover your back of your hands, like your knuckles and stuff, because it's kind of greasy at first until it soaks in, but it takes a while to soak in. But it's lovely. And then I've really been enjoying this makeup remover for when I do actually wear makeup, which is like rarely, but I wanted to stop using makeup wipes because they're bad for the environment. They're not really that good for your skin. Like they're just convenient when you're like maybe traveling or something, or like drunk or something, but I have been using this Lila B like cleansing balm, and it smells, wait, am I remembering wrong? No, it does. It smells really good, like a spa, and you just need like a tiny little dollop of it and it melts off all your makeup, and then you can wash your face. The only annoying thing is though, like I feel like this is probably the case with most like cleansing balms, is that they're very oily, so that if you're using them around your eyes, like it'll probably get in your eye while you're taking your makeup off, and it like stings and makes it really hard to see until you like can rinse your eye out. So I try to do this. I'll like grab, like use a Q-tip, get some out, put it on my hand, and then walk into the shower, and like right before I'm about to wash my face, I'll like rub it around my face in the shower, and like while my eyes are closed, I like reach up and like do my face wash right after that. I clearly don't use this. Why do I buy things and then not use them? This Biossance toner, I bought it like 5 months ago. What am I doing? On the other hand, I do use this very often, micellar water. I actually have been using this more to take off my makeup lately, but that's because I don't wear this much makeup that often. To be honest, when you see me wearing this much makeup, it's probably because I'm filming a YouTube video. Otherwise, I don't wear it because I don't go anywhere. I never use this either, and now I just saw a TikTok saying that like, why are you bothering with bio oil, you silly little silly? And I'm like, I don't know, why am I? And then the same dermatologist said that you should use, wait, was she a dermatologist? See, now I don't even know. Is it reliable? I don't know. But she said, why are you bothering with bio oil? Like, use something with retinol on your stretch marks if you're that worried about it. And I'm like, oh, kind of forgot you could use retinol on other places besides your face. So, the fact that I own it, I feel like I should just use it, but maybe not repurchase. I have not worn these for a long time, but Chance Fresh and Chance Tundra. I like both. I just don't wear them that often anymore because I've been wearing My Way by Giorgio Armani, and now I have Pacific. I haven't been wearing the Chanel perfumes very often lately because I've been wearing My Way by Giorgio Armani. I feel like I've been wearing that one so much that I'm kind of getting a little bit bored of it, even though I still really love the way it smells. So this was like a month ago now, but I was like on TikTok looking around like, okay, what's some good perfume recommendations? Like, I'm still very picky because I feel like a lot of perfumes either give me a headache or make me nauseous or both. So I'm like, okay, I need a good scent that's similar to like My Way or like the Chanel perfumes, or I really love like the light blue Daisy Jacobs perfume with like the white rose or the white daisies. And then I really like Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. So I tend to lean towards fragrances that are not super floral, not super sweet, but a little bit sweet, but basically just kind of like citrusy and fresh, and not like super intense. Because if I smell it on myself for too long or smell it for like an intense amount of smell, it will just make me feel sick. So I was looking on TikTok, and I had thought I had seen a couple TikToks that talked about Pacifica Dream Moon. So I was at Target to pick up some prescriptions one day, and then I got the sampler pack because they were actually out of Dream Moon. So I was like, okay, this confirms my suspicions. Dream Moon must be popular. So then I got the sampler pack because I was like, oh, maybe I'll find another perfume that I like from Pacifica and whatever. I didn't like any of the other perfumes in the sampler pack, only Dream Moon. So I went back, I got the full size of Dream Moon, and I don't even know how to describe its smell, but apparently it's like a dupe for Ariana Grande Cloud, and then Ariana Grande Cloud is a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. I don't know because I've never smelled Cloud or Baccarat Rouge 540, so I couldn't tell you if it's a true dupe or not, but all I know is I just really like the smell, and it's definitely different than all my other perfumes in the fact that it's like definitely more musky. Like, I feel like this is almost like more of like a unisex perfume in the sense that it's like a bit more, it's like a mix between a cologne and a perfume, which is what I've heard about Baccarat Rouge 540 and why people like it so much. But yeah, I can't explain it. It's like sweet but musky, and it just smells kind of like a cologne with like sugar in it. I don't know, but it smells so good. So this is like my new go-to perfume lately because I just can't stop smelling it. It's like one of those smells where you're just like, oh my gosh, can I smell it a little more? Like, I don't even want to stop smelling it because it smells so good. Oh wait, what's this one? Should I spray it? Oh, I sprayed it right at my camera. I'm stupid. You know what? I don't like this one as much. It smells too florally, but it's not bad. This is the Replica Autumn Vibes. It's not bad, but I think I'm gonna toss it. I'm never gonna wear it, but it's just not my favorite. So while I go through this drawer, I can start just to kind of chat to you guys about, I don't know, what I've been up to, which is not much, obviously, like I told you, but I like, just trigger warning if you're sensitive to, like, you know, talking about mental health or like not feeling the best, maybe just skip or click off. But I have been working with my therapist weekly again. I had moved our sessions to every 3 weeks. This was back in like pretty much when I was at my parents' house, I was like, I think we can move these to every 3 weeks. And then I got back here and she was like, should we maybe meet next week? And I was like, yeah. So then pretty much for the past 2 months, we've been meeting weekly again, which isn't bad. It's just like kind of a, like it just kind of like shows like that I'm not as maybe in a good place as I would like to be. Not that I think I'm like not doing okay, like I'm fine. I never thought that I had OCD, but like this past year and the past couple years, but this past year especially with my therapist, we've been kind of like walking through my rituals and routines, and she's brought up wanting to go, like if I want to go on medication, I can. So that's been on my mind a lot this week, is like if I wanted to go on medication for it at all, because I don't know, the thought loops are just like really intense, and since I'm by myself, it's really hard to get myself out of them. And the reason I'm feeling like it's more intense is just because I'm by myself so much, and like my life up until this point, I've been pretty busy all the time. So I haven't really had much time to just like mull around and have really intense, anxious thoughts. And so my whole life I felt like I was pretty good at like not dwelling on them too much. But now that I'm alone, obviously it's just like, I dwell a lot, and then I feel like I've started to get like false event memory and stuff like that, where I like gaslight into myself into thinking I did something because it's such an intense fear that I have, that like if the thought comes across my mind, it's such a scary thought that I'm like, oh my gosh, what if that did happen? And then I'm like, did it? I can't remember. Did it? And then I like gaslight myself into thinking that something bad happened when like literally nothing happened. I don't know, I'm not really super comfortable talking about this stuff, but if anybody else is going through it, I'm sure it'll help, because I often feel like I'm alone, and I think we all kind of feel like we're alone unless we kind of hear somebody else talk about it. So yeah, it makes it really hard for me to want to leave the house. I'm just not a huge fan of like the place that I currently live. I don't know why, because I told her, I feel like a lot of this is circumstantial for me. I mean, obviously because of the pandemic, I wasn't really like, I didn't have thoughts like this nearly about like being, I'm very like, I'm just a germaphobe, like to begin with. I already was before the pandemic, but like having autoimmune disorders and like health anxiety and being a germaphobe before the pandemic, and then in the pandemic and being alone for like 3 years just really exacerbated everything. So it's just been hard to kind of like manage that on my own. And I do feel like it's circumstantial though, in addition to the fact that when I was home this summer, like I didn't have nearly as many fears about like cleanliness as I do living here for some reason. And even at my old apartment, I didn't have nearly as many fears about like being clean and stuff. So I don't know what it is about this specific apartment that just makes me feel like that, but I'm like, because if I think about it, if I put myself in my old apartment immediately like today and I lived there again, I don't think I would have the same fears. So that's why I'm just like, do I truly have these fears, or is it just because I feel really uncomfortable in my current space? And I think it's like, although it's all, you know, all of these things, I think it's also partly because I'm just uncomfortable here. That also could just be making excuses because I don't want to do exposure therapy. And my therapist is like, maybe we need to do that a little bit. So I don't really know how I feel about it all yet. Like at this point I'm debating. I never really wanted to go on medication, which I don't think it's like good or bad to go on medication or not, but I just feel like I'm already on so many other medications, like for my other autoimmune diseases and allergies and everything like that, that I'm just like, I don't want to add like another medication to the mix, and then like I don't want to have to rely on it forever. But like if it is truly life-changing, then me being hesitant to take it is just delaying my like potential happiness. So I feel very mixed about it, and I know it can take a long time for people to try different SSRIs and like find which ones work well for them, and I know sometimes they really don't work for people, like depending on which one you take. So it's a lot of like trial and error, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go through all of that. So I don't know, I'm just not very well versed in the world of SSRIs, and I've never taken medication for my mental health before, which I'm not against taking, but like I said, it just makes me nervous that I might get worse before I get better if I try one that doesn't necessarily like work well for me at first. And then again, like I don't want to have to take it forever, but if I do, then I do, I guess. Like I don't know, because then again, like on the other side of it, if I start taking it, I might be like, wow, why didn't I do this like way sooner? So, but let me know if you have any tips on that, because I think I might bring it up with my therapist this week. I don't know, what else was I going to talk about? I feel like this video is getting kind of long anyway, but I have almost this whole drawer sorted out. Samples. I guess I could also talk about this. I feel like this is very mental health heavy, so I'm sorry if this video is not like that entertaining or lighthearted, but I have not been feeling like my funny self lately. I have not been feeling very like upbeat or like silly or goofy for a long time, which is probably just natural due to the fact that we're not exactly in the most exciting of times in society, and also because I've just been dealing with, you know, tough mental health things and living alone. So, I mean, it's only natural to probably not feel like super excited and like funny. But anyways, my point by that in saying is I just don't feel funny anymore. And I also have noticed a lot of people on TikTok talking about like maybe being a late bloomer or things like that. But I feel like I'm a late bloomer in the sense that I'm 27 and I've never had a boyfriend. But more than that, I just don't have that many experiences like with guys. Like, so I feel like especially now, would I love that though? Because to be honest, I'm not really a fan of talking to many guys right now because I think I'm not, obviously I'm not really in the right headspace for that, so I haven't really been going out of my way to try and talk to guys anyways. I've been pretty much just sticking to myself. But when the opportunity to talk to a guy does come along, I feel like I'm just not in the right headspace to talk to them anyways because I feel really anxious about it. I get really freaked out because I feel like I need to have all these experiences before I start dating someone, and then I feel like as soon as I start talking to someone then it's gonna get serious too fast, and then I get really cold feet and I freak out. So I don't like, I've always had this problem though, but I don't like when a guy likes me more than I like them because it feels really freaky and like I have no control over the situation and like I have no say in the matter, and that if I reject them that they'll like lash out and be angry or violent at me. So I really don't like when the guy likes me more than I like them. I like if it's equal or if we're equally kind of like chasing each other but like retreating, or if I just straight up like them more than they like me, and then I have the ability to control how much I reach out to them and how much we interact, because although I may like them more than they like me, I typically try to stay like pretty reserved and I don't really engage. This is just how I've been my whole life, is I do not initiate anything. Like, it's pretty much completely up to a guy if he wants to talk to me. And I almost never initiate conversations or like flirting to start with. I'll like reciprocate once it's started, but I will never go out of my way to like start the flirt or like start the conversation usually. Which I know it's, you know, equal, it should go both ways, but I don't know. I just don't really feel the need to initiate usually, and I just feel like most guys are talking to like probably 10 girls anyways, so I'm like, if they like me, they can like prove to me that they like me, but I don't talk to guys literally ever, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna like go around like begging for your attention. Like, if you like me, you can talk to me, and if not, I'm just gonna like be chilling by myself. I think that is probably a habit that I should get out of, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm already so prone to people pleasing, and I'm already so prone to like putting guys on a pedestal as soon as I like talk to them. So I feel like it's better that I don't initiate, because I start to like think up in my head that they must be like so cool and smart and better than me, which is like really sad and pathetic, I know. And so that's why I really appreciate people like Drew off Wallow, because I'm like, I've not had that many people in my life be like, you need to stop and like have a backbone, like, girl. I have a really hard time with that. Anyways, I feel like this has been getting really long. I'm gonna finish cleaning really quick. I pretty much have everything out on the counter. I just need to reorganize it and wipe everything off, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, how do we like it? Much better. I mean, this pile still isn't the best, but it's better than it was before, so I'm happy, and everything's wiped off and clean. So I know this wasn't like the most exciting video ever, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any video ideas in the comment section down below. I feel like lately, since I don't go anywhere, I just don't have a lot to share, but I'm happy to do plenty of sit down videos if that's what you guys want to see too. I just feel like they can get boring and I don't want to get like stuck into one niche. So I just like don't really know where to take my content either at this point, just given the fact that I don't really have a whole lot going on, which is like fine. My only other passions besides like traveling and like makeup and stuff would be like languages. So that's why I made my previous video about, you know, tricks I use to keep up my Spanish. So I can still keep talking about the stuff in Spanish if you guys want. And then I didn't want to really continue too much. I know a lot of people have been asking me, like that's probably why most of you are on my channel, is for weight loss tips and things like that. But I just haven't really been as focused on that lately, so I haven't really had much to update you guys on. But if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments, and I really thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, week, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!